Welcome to ITTV.
Click.
Well, I don't trust the government, and I sure don't like the cops. You might say I got a problem with authority, and I think about it a lot. So when I drove a car right through that parade full of old ladies and kids, well, now the whole system's gonna come down on me, right upon my head. Now I'm standing in court looking at the judge. Well, the judge, she's looking me down. Cause my boy Fly will bring it up on objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection, grounds. Objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. Is that lawful law? Now objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. I don't know what I'm doing here, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection, grounds. Well, I'm a clown. I'm giving judge the evil eye. The judge, she's looking at me. I'm representing myself in some kind of weird third party. I'm making sure everything goes slow, interrupting whenever I can. The judge, she throws me out, but I don't give a damn. Grounds, objection, grounds, objection. I don't know what I'm doing here, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. This is my court now, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. Is that a lawful law now, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. Don't say my name in those capital letters. Why don't consent and it's misrepresenting? Well, later on I'm gonna burn in hell. Well, but for now I'll just rot in some cell. Objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. I don't know what I'm doing here, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. This is my court now, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. Is that a lawful law now, objection, grounds, objection, grounds, objection. It's the lawful law going down on me.
If you thought Don Cherry's Rock'em Sock'em Hockey Welcome to the Irrational Times live stream. And now, here's your host and the lovely assistant.
It is overwhelming. I hate it now. Anyway, again, it was just for one little thing one time, and then, you know, all of a sudden, I forget to edit things. Good evening. What's going on?
Kathy and Asa.
Hey, Elle is there as well.
I see now.
That rhymes pretty nicely.
Oh, isn't that swell?
Well, then, you just made it too much.
I'm
joking. You took it to a whole other level. Look, happy Valentine's Day. Look at this. So far, we've got, Elle and Kathy and then Autist, I guess, in the chat. So there you go. For Valentine's Day, it was a good start. Thank you for joining us.
We don't call it that. We call it Love Day.
Oh, God, don't tell them that.
Well, it is. Oh, my goodness. Love Day. I've seen it everywhere, Love Day. It's mine.
You've patented it? Well, why aren't you getting... You need some reparations for that.
I
You need some, kickback for Love Day.
Yes.
And Larry's... Oh, my God, you're cut off. You haven't even been drinking and you're cut off.
Oh, but I should get a drink. It is Love Day. Oh, yay. Drinks for me.
No drinks.
Boo
No drinks for you.
on him.
Hey, what's up? Speaking of... Look, you know what? It is Valentine's Day, not Love Day.
Valentine's
Not in-
drink day.
Not in front of Roots.
Oh, well, you get me a drink.
I'll get you a beer eventually.
When you get a pop, you get a
Yes, you'll earn yourself a beer.
sweet.
I'm joking. I'll get you one in a second. But look here, it is Valentine's Day, and we need some tips. We need some, since Roots is in the house. I can't guarantee these are about in any way romantic tips,
Well,
but
yeah.
but please enjoy.
It's all romantic
It's
if
all
Roots is
romantic.
giving them.
And before we get into that, we have all kinds of stuff to get into tonight. We have some Canadian stuff that you'll only see here in
Whoa.
Canada.
Well,
And all kinds of different
Look at
things, some
us.
music things, anyways, whatever.
la-di-da.
But in case you need
We
some,
got the stuff.
in case you need some tips, though,
Roots got
specifically,
the tip.
just the tip, you say? Why don't we just pull the little lever and see what happens? Roots, where are you?
Hey, I'm Roots Calhoun, and this is Just the Tip. Did you know? If you stir coconut oil into your kale, it makes it much easier to scrape into the trash. And that is just the tip.
See, I did not know that. I was unaware. Isn't that nice? Blissfully unaware. But thank
Never
you,
have
Roots.
kids.
Hey,
what
I'm
was
Roots
that?
Calhoun, and
You
this
have to
is
say some more.
just the
You
tip.
you can't just stop there.
Remember, bury your body, cover it with endangered plants, so it's illegal to dig up. And that
Great advice,
is
Roots.
just the tip.
Well, that's a little terrifying. What he's saying is,
You just leave your bodies like that.
so yeah, he's insinuating when you bury a body, they put endangered plants over it so they
Well,
can.
yeah.
Okay, good enough. Well, look, maybe we'll get to more of those later. But you never know.
should take his advice.
It's very good advice. But we want to see what's going on. We got all kinds of stuff. I run a recording
Things
studio.
and stuff.
Things and stuff. I run a recording studio here,
Oh.
and heaven forbid. Look, you know what? The weather's bad around here, but I can tell
We
you one
got
thing.
so much snow out there, it's insane.
Yeah, we got lots of snow and lots of
So
shoveling
much.
on the go. But you know what I don't have going on in this recording studio is this. Holy God. Hey, Warfist, what's up? How you doing, man? This is, I'm not even sure where this is, but this can't be good. It's, anyways, let's see, turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Olha só o que aconteceu, ó. Estude esse áudio. Não sei mais o que fazer. Olha minha mesa de som. Olha aqui meus trabalhos, coisas, tudo que eu tinha. Perdi tudo. Aqui, ó, minha mesa de som.
Oh my goodness, that's water.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
That would be water. Now,
it took me a while to realize what was going on. Oh my.
oh yeah, look at that.
If
Oh yeah.
water comes up here, oh my God, we're.
Well, okay, let's
Dude.
point this out. This
Dude.
is most likely not on a second floor level. We're
Most
upstairs here,
likely.
so I don't think I know you see this and you just start to panic. You're like, "Oh my God, you have things that look like that? The water's gonna get to it." No, the thing is, you see, this one of the speakers survived. The speaker's up there. Look at that. That
Expression
speaker right
high.
there. Look at that. There's no water on that speaker. Or that speaker. Oh, they got two speakers. And a monitor is safe, I think, a little bit.
Wow. Look at that water.
I imagine that I have to say I've never now that might be my new fear. When I was
Wow.
younger and I just bought my stand-up bass when I was like 20 something, my early 20s, I used to have nightmares about it being in the middle of the road and being hit by a Mack truck. But I can well imagine this is the nightmare of many people.
Aqui, ó, minha mesa de som.
God.
Olha aqui, ó. Ainda não entrou, não subiu nos monitores que a chuva parou agora. Deus queira que não. Mas olha aqui a minha mesa Midas. Olha só o que aconteceu, ó.
I mean,
Studio SP
look, SP audio is what they're called.
Not no more.
Ooh, not no more. Not no more. Anyway, so there you go. That sucks. I wish I didn't even really look into it too much of where it was, but anywho, look, let's move along there. Let's bring it a little closer to home here. In Canada, where is it exactly? I'm not sure where that was from. I was reading the thing earlier. It didn't say.
Sad place.
Yes, a very sad place.
You sounded African, but I don't think they get water like that in Africa. No? Yes?
I don't. I've never been to Africa. I don't know what's going on over there. Let's be honest. I haven't been outside North America. Definitely.
Right.
I've been down to your fine country of America.
Right.
And,
But
well,
that's-
okay, we'll get to this. Speaking of that, speaking of people who have visited your country, their fine country of America, I know most of the people watching here are American. Of course, we have some Canadians. We got Frozo sometimes and Real Talk hanging around sometimes.
But yeah.
And Jim N-Word and
Yeah,
Coherent Nonsense. Oh, of
Canada.
course, we got lots of Canadians watching here. But there is, a thing sometimes when we send people, you remember when Trump said, they're not sending their best, and he was talking about Mexico? Remember that? About Mexico? They're not sending their best.
Oh.
Immigration, anyways.
Okay, yeah.
Well, apparently we're not sending our best actually to America, because we have this guy.
We got sorted up. We have another Canadian welcome. We should have told.
Oh, there you go. Exactly right. Look, sometimes I take it for granted that most of our audience is American, but not the case.
But
So,
yay, welcome Canada. Woo.
so we have a Canadian who went down to. Now you love the Goonies, so you're going to be able to
do.
tell a little bit of this. So he went to the Goonies, and they caught him on tape. This is the house. Now it's down in.
That's a restaurant.
Well,
Is
someone recently bought this anyway. We'll get into that in a second. So this guy went down to, now where is it? Oh, Seattle or let me see here. Let's see exactly where this is from here.
I'm thinking like Maine.
No, it's where Astoria. The upper town of Astoria, but now it doesn't say what. Oregon. Okay, it's Oregon. Sorry. Oh my God, embarrassing. Anywho,
Basically Canada.
so this guy, is this a thing for the Goonies? Do they leave a fish? You leave a fish on the deck. So this guy's from BC, right? And he goes he goes up to the Goonies' house, and there's no sound here, I don't think. Well. Anyways,
he leaves them an offering
a
of
fish. Yeah, he puts a dead fish on there. Yeah, so I don't know what that's all about. And then he gives us the finger in a second, I believe, because he put the camera up himself. He videotaped this himself, apparently.
Weird.
I thought he did. I thought they said he set up this camera, and because I found him on social media. Oh, there's the
Weird.
finger.
You
Yeah.
should have drove there on the bicycle.
Yeah, probably. So okay, well that's
Disavow whatever you're doing.
whatever, right? This
You're
is
offering-
nothing. Okay, this is a nothing burger.
Nothing.
But this gentleman here, what's his name? His name is Jericho Labonte or Labont, whatever. I'm not sure.
Nothing burger.
So he stole a boat.
What? After
Yeah.
he gave up a fish.
This is it here. Let me show you the video in a second here. If I can just. He stole a boat, and then he needed the Coast Guard to come save him. This is down in America. Well, this is why I'm saying we're not sending our best down there. So this is down in Oregon, off the coast, and
but he was on the Goonies.
this is just
cafe
a few
thing.
days ago. He was doing the fish thing, and then he made whatever. He stole a boat, and I'll read the story. But this is what happened with the boat. This is the boat thing here. Let's see. Oh, it's no problem. Sure, everything will be fine.
Very wavy.
Oh, is it? Is it?
Oh, it's a big wave. That's a big wave. Oh no, it's gonna.
Oh, see ya, boat.
Oh.
So the Coast Guard had to come and save him. So
Wow.
that was something.
Wow.
So yeah, this was just Friday.
That's
This happened
amazing.
basically. So let's see here. Yeah, it was just this is Wednesday. He did the fish at the house, and then anyway, so then he still didn't get extradited though. He's still in your country. You guys just won't.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to interrupt. Did you see what Ruth said? Who hasn't stolen a boat?
Mm-hmm.
Call the authorities.
I guess Chicago, has a different breed of people. Here, roots in Nova Scotia. Well, actually, what am I talking about? There's boats everywhere. People have. Well, it's
we
not.
don't steal, we borrow.
Yeah, we don't.
Be very smart. But borrow
Exactly.
happens.
Oh no! A long short story says that was a week about for a Canadian. What do you want me to? Should I? What am I? Do I have to play up my hosiery?
Oh.
My international hosiery. What's that all about, hey? So I found this guy on Facebook here. Let's see. Let's make it big. So apparently he's out. I guess I'll just make it that.
That's what she
This is Jericho Labonte, or Labonte, I don't know how to pronounce it. So, he likes the Goonies, apparently.
He's a goonie brother.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Goonies never
someone
die.
commenting on his post says, "Booby trap backwards is party boob." Okay. It's lovely. So he has not much to... Oh, what the...
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know what that was. It was a drawing. And
I don't remember that in the Goonies.
People are like, "Oh, you're lucky to be alive with that stupid shit you pulled. I want to write the book. I thought you were in custody." Oh, there you go. And the truffle shuffle is brought up quite a bit.
Well,
Anyways,
no doubt.
is that so?
So he's a free man.
He's well.
He didn't die, I guess.
No, he didn't die. Let's see here. The Coast Guard launched motor lifeboats nearby. Nearby Cape Disappointment. There's a. So this happened just nearby of Cape Disappointment. Sorry, here, let me bring that up. This
Needs
just-
a doubloon.
Hey, Ruth, I'm not drinking. I don't know what
I
to
wish
tell
I
you.
was. I was supposed
Okay,
to be,
well.
and he has yet to get me anything.
I know. Well, here, do you know what? I've yet to. But here, why don't I'll go get you a drink. But in the meantime, why don't I play you this? Everybody, enjoy.
Gonna really.
I think. I feel like.
I'm sorry, that is funny.
Who said that? Who said that? Jim Edward. You get down here and say that to our face. You get down here from your tall
kinda
trees
like
of.
it,
Jim
but-
probably lives in one of the tallest trees in the world in the treehouse up there, in one of those tall suckers that they got in the forest there. Good lord. Okay, you're right though. Well, I mean, it's not our fault the government took all the jobs. The government took all the jobs.
Oh.
Jim Edward, I was just thinking about you too. I need to get you in on a voice for some potatoes, but I was just thinking of you earlier. Like, well, especially because we were talking about the Canadian. But anyways, watch this while I get the lovely assistant a beer.
Yeah.
Sure did. Yes. Oh.
And the person, everything. Oh my mind.
Yeah. Like, why would you do that? Let's see that close. Small here. Let's see. What? Oh, I'm just playing the piano upside down. No problem here. Except for. Oh no! Wait. The whole piano just drops. Ouch. Can you imagine? Why would you do that with a piano? Why?
Good golly.
Anyways, it's and don't worry, it wasn't Elton John. I know everyone was hoping.
Oh.
And you know what? Elton John is probably one of the only people there's only a handful of people that should do that. You know-
Nobody should ever do that.
Well, let's be fair. If you had Elton John or Paul McCartney doing that, then you'd probably have the correct mechanics that would
I
be safety
guess.
nets. I mean, not nets, but safety harnesses to the whatever. But that shit is embarrassing and terrifying. Liberouchie, sorry,
More
Malevolent says.
terrifying.
Jim Enward. Let's get back to Canada for a second. Jim Enward says, in true maritimer fashion, the government took all the jobs and then provides the rest of them. Or do they? Yeah, right. Exactly. Do they? They do not. Anyways, that was what was going on there with the. Like I said, we're not sending our best.
Amazing.
And Jim, the guy that we just watched was from your neck of the woods. He was from BC. He went down there to fulfill the Goonie prophecy and then stole a boat for some reason. I don't know. So
He sold a boat and then
crashed it all to
it
fuck.
went.
Yeah, crashed it all to fuck.
Bad.
There you go. Lovely. Well, yeah, I think they can do that with the mechanics of the piano at that kind of at different levels, of like Paul McCartney levels. Let me see here. What else we got in the go? So, what do we have to? Do we just get right into the Canadian stuff or what? Let's see here.
You drive this ship?
Let me see here. There was. Okay, well, one more thing before we get into the Maple Leaf stuff, which
Think of roots.
nobody came here for IT. LA is the star of the show.
Yes, make him say that over and over again.
And David, yeah, I do. Okay, do you know what? We'll see about this here. Okay, because I do have one. I have one, David, that I posted up recently, but I didn't really name it. And I posted about 10 of them up recently, the parole board stuff.
Do we get to name it?
Well, I mean, what I should have named it is, did the parole board get this wrong? Because usually the parole
Super
board...
cool fun trip.
What's that noise?
Super cool fun trip.
The Killing Joke donated $5 for the TLA high from The Killing Joke.
Well, thank you, Mr. Joke.
Thank you,
Appreciate that so
Joke.
much. And
I'm sorry I burped over your donation. That was
that
horrible.
was so rude.
I thank you, though.
Yeah, no, appreciate that, man. Hope all's well, sir. And for sure, as you do, the radio show, I do have you on a lot of time in the background there, listening to tunes.
Oh,
just
my
don't,
goodness.
So look, how about this? How about I'm gonna breeze through why everybody loves Harold so much, and just Jim Enward, I think, will appreciate this the most.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe anyways, whatever. But we have a parole. No, it was the second half. If you want to see some parole, I do love the parole board.
He
But
does.
we have found someone from the past, that you guys probably, most of you may have never heard of.
Right.
And I just want to,
But
it's Canadian, it's hockey, it's Toronto Maple Leafs. Everybody knows them, everybody loves them. What's up, Manu and Monkey King Metals and everyone else there in the chat? What is up? Point being, the Toronto Maple Leafs used to be owned by this gentleman, this older gentleman,
oh, yes.
named Harold Ballard. And he was universally despised by the whole country, even the Maple Leaf fans.
Ow.
Everyone hated him. But we're here to present you Based Ballard and to show you what's up, Dan Snot. Up to show you know
Right.
how the Fifth Estate presented him. So let's sit back for a few minutes and we'll skim through, we'll peruse some of the Fifth Estate. The Fifth Estate. We'll peruse it until we get
Is that the
I'm gonna
CBC?
copyright things. The Fifth Estate was from the CBC. But the music and the graphics. Tell me if this isn't the best. This is Adrienne Clarkson. She was the the lady who's doing this is Adrienne Clarkson. She is raging feminist and hates Harold Ballard with a passion. And I swear to God, there's only really, unless you're a hockey fan, which I'm not really, but I was a Montreal Canadiens fan when I was a kid, so I always heard about Harold Ballard and whatever. The point is, there's only one horrible thing that I think is in the story that would, make me not present him as like the most based Canadian of all times. But, here's a little, but enjoy. Look at that. Strong graphic and music.
The Toronto Maple Leafs used to be a Canadian institution, but no more. The Leafs are stumbling through the hockey season in 12th place, and the big crowd pleasers like Darryl Sittler and Mike Palmateer are wondering when they'll be traded. Morale may be low on the ice, but in the front office it's business as usual, and that means big deals, big profits, and outrageous talk from a man who boasts that he's one of the great con artists. Harold Ballard has hung around rinks and hockey teams since he was a boy.
Okay, we could... I'm trying to think. I should have had some timestamps, but this, she goes on basically in every kind of capacity to undermine him and make him sound like, he's just this rich old man who has, it's true, everyone hates him. I guess he picked horrible players to play for the team. That's the main thing. Let's see how
Now he's the absolute boss at Maple Leaf Gardens, and he revels in it. For Ballard, the Gardens and the Maple Leafs hockey team are like big, expensive toys. The toys may not be working as well as they used to, but Ballard still thinks he's on top.
You've got to win. That's the only thing I know.
At any cost?
At any cost.
Kill the other guy?
Why not? Get him out of the road, you'll never have to compete with him again.
There'd be somebody else come up in his place.
Well, take a shot at him, too.
Come on, now. I mean, that man, if that isn't the face of the most beautiful con artist you've ever seen, look at this, So, I don't know, I love him. To be honest, he reminds me of someone I know here.
He doesn't deny his Connie, so...
He says it.
Yeah.
And look, and here he gets, he gets the when they do the drop, the ceremonial drop there, he gets like who is it?
Knows his formula for success works. As absolute boss of Maple Leaf Gardens, he's been called a pirate, a bully, an oaf, and a vulgar male chauvinist pig. Tact is probably the only four-letter word he doesn't know. In short, he's irresistible.
I'm saved now. I joined the church. You know that. You left to him.
That's the only time she said anything nice about him. Was said he was irresistible, but that's the only kind of
smooth.
Oh man, I think he's hilarious.
This year, the fans failed to boo Harold.
Move along one.
No doubt restrained by the presence of a prince of the church. And by the end of the evening, his team was off to a start the audience had come to expect.
Hope all you fellas are well this morning.
Yes, sir.
Just good morning. Don't give me that surge stuff.
Good morning.
Harold and his boys in the front office are blamed for the Leafs' dismal showing this season.
Look at those suits, by the way.
The plaid.
Oh my God, all of these men. And she doesn't like it.
Gathered around the table to make this year's draft choices are faces from a bygone hockey era. There isn't a young Turk among them.
What she's saying is the old boys club needs to come to an end. That's what she's saying. Anyways, let's...
It ain't working.
Let's get to... so here's the thing. After his wife died, and then he basically bought the Gardens, and then he moved in.
Right.
He moved into the Gardens. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Jim, he did con the city. I mean, he embezzled a bunch of money, from the Maple Leafs. That's true, But
ordinary mortals have to jostle their way through the front lobby. But when Harold Ballard goes to a game,
Gee, I forgot to tell you, I can't count to 10.
he descends like some giant phantom of the opera from his own private apartment upstairs.
With my
Since his wife died 11 years ago, he's made the Gardens a permanent home. Ballard never misses a Leaf game at home or away. He's on a first-name basis with every employee in the place.
Hi, Mr. Ballard.
Well, Adrian, nice meeting you.
Nice
Have
to
you been
see
here
you.
long?
I'm just waiting for you. I haven't been to a
It's
game.
true, Manu. I wish they were all smoking around that in the boardroom there. So, anyways, let's. Oh, here we go. So this is. Then they go through some hockey fights, and they're like. They go say hockey bad.
It used to be, but it doesn't cost him any sleep.
You probably never saw a six-team league. You've only seen the league since it's become a 12 league or 21 team or whatever we have now, which is 21. And if you don't know any difference, it doesn't make any difference. What you don't know or what you never had doesn't hurt you. I always feel sorry for the guy that's had a lot of money and gone broke. I don't feel sorry for the guy that's never had any money because he doesn't know what it's like to have money, so it doesn't make any difference to him. You know.
You remind me of the story of the circus owner who goes to a small town and takes a white horse and paints black stripes on it because he said they've never seen a zebra, so this might as well be a zebra to them.
Correct.
You're a con artist.
Yeah, well, that's what they call me.
You don't deny it?
No.
But you're making money from it.
Yeah, well, I'm surviving. Let's put it that way.
He's surviving. Let's see here. Oh, and then he's got his old buddies, and that's, it's kind of whatever. There was always, and here's the thing, there's always this, whatever, gay rumors about him. But he was just taking care of his old buddy.
Sports world.
But let's see.
Requests in the chat.
Oh, the Binghamton hockey fights? Yeah, I'll check that out in a second. I just want to hear, let's see here.
One for the rich and one for the poor. I got the tape on that. That old sucker would steal your eyes out and put a grape in until you look better. Let's see how that was, because where I was, it wasn't actually...
Here we go.
I shuddered. I mean, I can't stand it.
Hi, how are you? He's always with you.
Oh, yeah.
There is one thing I wanted to. I should have got a
he's,
timestamp for. Let's see when they...
We have people in our club. We have French Canadians and we have Polish guys, Johnny Bob, one way, and then tell somebody else another way.
I love this.
Thick and kind of pinkish. I always get mine thin and very well done. And it just...
She was complaining that when she goes out to eat, with him, because she's gone out with him a few times, I guess, that, she always gets her steak done the way he does, even though, she asks for it a certain way. It's because they want to make sure that he gets his steak a certain way. It's like, well, sorry, he's, the owner of the team.
It infuriates me.
You're renowned for the outrageous things you say about women, about racial groups. Why do you say things like that?
Well, that's the way I think. And as I said before, I tell people what I think. I don't think one way and then tell somebody else another way.
But you do have your prejudices. Come on, you're well renowned for calling people niggers, heebs. We have it on record. You do it.
That's all right. I do that quite often. So do you. Everybody does.
Just did.
They get
Yeah, exactly. She just did. Adrian Clarkson. One second here. Adrian Clarkson presents.
For calling people niggers, heebs.
Not bad, hey? That's a pretty good time. Adrian Clarkson presents. Woo! So that's Harold Ballard.
Me too, Larry. Things were good until they weren't.
Woo! There. Well, before we take a quick break, let's see. Oh, thank you, Mal. Let's see. Let's do that. We'll check out just a little bit of, since we are super Canadian today, until, and when we come back, we're going to go to the Louisiana Parole Board, so that'll be from 2008. Let's see here.
3 seconds to go as Karkner takes a peek at the
go.
clock. He'll burn the
Okay.
final ticks of this one. The horn sounds, and that will do it for period number 2. 2-2 hockey game here in Binghamton. The Sens and the Syracuse Crunch will take a timeout, let's keep for just a second. Harvey and Lee went at one another earlier in this second period, and now everybody kind of milling around. Quite sure what Mike Scroy's chirping about here as he threw some words in the direction of Jeremy Yablonsky, who says, you want to go? Let's throw down right here at center ice. And now Morasti acting as peacemaker as Sestito and Yablonsky staring at one another in the neutral zone.
Down.
Right now, Sestito staying on his own half of center ice, and now Scroy throws his stick down. He wants to step in on Yablonsky, and now Morasti takes the helmet off. Yablonsky throws his bucket down, and I think they're going to let him go in the center circle and hopefully get it out of their systems. Al Morasti, a series of short right. Jablonski countering with a series of short lefts. Not quite sure how many are connecting, but it looked good from up top. Now Jablonski turns to the right. He gets a couple of good crossing rights in. Now goes back to the left.
No one's breaking it up.
These two heavyweights trading them here as at center ice, Jablonski and Morasti.
I guess not. Was it like the hitting of the
Firing one
hooks in the
another
ring?
out. Now they're not done yet. Morasti still coming with the right.
What? They're
Jablonski
still
with the left.
going.
Both taking a few, both giving a
At least they
few
don't.
here.
At least they don't have their helmets on. That drives me nuts. When they have their helmets on, one of them, and they're hitting their hands into the helmets. Like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And no, Manu, Jamaica does not.
With that, they're still not done. Jablonski wants some more. He's going to switch back to the left. Oh, a battle of wills here. Who's going to be the one to go down?
Guys. No one's
Some
breaking
big loss by Jablonski, and finally, there are no gas left in the tank. And the fans getting their money's worth here as they're saluting both Warriors.
There you go. Some hockey fights. There you go.
Amazing.
Beautiful. On that note,
Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
yeah, with some Louisiana Parole Board. How about that?
I do.
I want to do that. That's great.
Click.
Is your life boring? Getting tired of the same routine day after day? Are you becoming a predictable yawn? Well, bore no more. Introducing Irrational Pills, the pill plan that will spice up your day in some way. We gather up random pills from the finest industrial receptacles across the country and repackage them just for you. We send you the pills and a weekly schedule that will make your days infinitely more interesting, because we don't know what any of the pills are. That's right. Our random assortment of pills could have you seeing cowboy penguins or end up hard as a rock. We don't know what you'll get. Randomly pass out at work or go on a blind rage for no reason at all. Who knows what'll happen? But one thing's for certain. It will make you and everyone around you's day much more interesting. So make every minute of every day that much more irrational with our Irrational Pills.
If your dream is to be fashion, we will make you into fashion. Do you want to be the fashion? We can make you into a fashion too. Fraulein, you have a little fashion running down your leg. We have all the fashion. And what would you like for this fashion? Let me turn you into a tasty sausage. You are a delicious apple strudel. Now let me add the cream. Come to me, and I will spray the fashions all over you.
Click.
Hi everybody, are you ready to shill? Cause it's time to shill like you've never shilled before. We really hope you're liking the show. There's a super cool way that you could let us know. The Streamlabs link is down below. If you wanna help out, if you feel like giving us a little bit of dough, well, every little bit helps.
If you're tired of the ordinary, come on down to the Ant's Nest, the first restaurant specializing exclusively in anthropodic cuisine. That's right, bugs. Explore our wide selection of insect-infused dishes that will make you forget all about traditional cooking. Please come and enjoy our worm noodle soup, ladybug salad, a special spider souffle, cicada sticks, and for the young ones, introducing fly fries and beetle burgers. Don't forget our lunch specials. Come on in for a slug sandwich with aphid apple pie. So come experience the Ant's Nest. the first restaurant to be openly run by lizard people. Oh, you didn't think humans would be pushing this junk, did you? Silly humans. You'll eat the insects and like it. Located on the I-65 just east off Termite Turnoff. Please call today and make a reservation. And now, back to the show.
Oh my goodness. Maggot macaroni, you say? Yeah, me too.
I was busy laying a joint, but I saw it. I like it.
I like it because to be honest,
Steal it.
I really hate that commercial. That one's getting cut. I don't know.
It's my bad. I gave him that idea. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's probably the only bad idea you've ever given me. You usually give me good ideas.
Oh.
I didn't even know it was yours. I forget.
Well, I see people eating bugs everywhere, and it's insane.
And you said something like there should be a whole restaurant or
Right.
whatever. You said there's probably going to be soon.
And the lizard people just kind of boom it all mashed, but you don't like it. I understand.
I just don't like that commercial specifically.
Well,
it needs
what
to be more
do you
fun.
make a new one?
I was trying to make a
make a
classy,
macaron- Oh.
fancy restaurant, but it should be like a goofy stand for kids. You know, like I shouldn't be doing serious things. I should only be doing
Super cool fun trip.
Goodness, there's some kind of communications
Super
coming
cool
in here.
fun trip.
David De Dominici donated $5. Thanks IT in LA. Loved the noon stream last week. I don't get to watch too much at the 9 p.m. hour.
Thank you,
Thank
David.
you very much, David.
I did notice that there was some different, and they were saying that when we
It's
did
true.
and we will be doing the noon streams in different times. Oh, and did I Ooh, Manu says, did I see the Asian lady eating live tarantulas? No, and no,
That should be perfect for the restaurant.
100%. Oh, well, that might be a good video clip actually if I do a fun goofy one.
Mm.
But we're introducing very soon. We're gonna try to do a marathon stream to see how long we can keep this stream on. You know, whatever.
Hello, can they go?
I don't know. Well, I mean, how long? You know, I mean, that's the idea, I assume. But well, I'll make a little advertisement for it, you know, just beforehand, and make some have some games planned.
Ooh,
I had
I
some-
like games.
Yeah, no, I had some ideas. Well, I can't disclose them yet. But either way, look.
What did we play today? Uno? Oh my god, I love Uno.
It's some kind of meme with the kids right now. Uno, I don't know what it is, but our little guy
I dig it.
wanted a pack of Uno cards.
I
Some
dig it.
bad. And you know what? Lo and behold, I went out and did it. Got him a pack of Uno cards.
Works for me.
But why don't we go to the parole board? You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
someone requested we go to the parole board. It is, but I'm gonna have to actually go to the channel, I think, because, well,
That way?
yeah,
What
because
is it there for?
exactly, because we found a time when the parole board may have gotten it wrong. It's rare, I know. These parole board guys, you know, usually they're right on it. You know, this is a channel where I preserve some of these videos of.
They got it wrong?
Yes, there's people here that are been in jail for a long time.
They
and
let them go, or
well, we're gonna-
I gotta wait.
exactly what you just want me to just give it to you.
Well, you
right,
know
right
what? I
away.
am a patient. I got none.
You'd be a horrible doctor.
I
You have no patience here.
None.
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Zero.
Blah. Okay. So, ever since, you know, the Daryl Brooks trial, I've been, you know,
Jones.
jonesing for all this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, CK. Hey, what's up there?
Hey, CK.
Good day. You just keep a New Year's resolution going or something. Let's see here. Okay. So, yeah, well, look, I don't always agree with them, but this one seems like a blatant. They just missed. Let's see here. This is my parole board channel where I have a little sound effect or whatever.
Good morning. The Committee on Parole is called back to order. The time is 9:51. Our next case is Mr. Bruce Stewart. Mr. Stewart, would you give us your full name and DOC number? Can you hear me, Mr. Stewart?
So you gotta do the hand signals.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hello.
No, I guess not.
I think I can skip through
Violated
some
your
of this.
parole. You plead either guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, or not.
Yes, sir.
Activity as evidenced by your arrest by the Hammond Police Department on or about July the 7th of 2022, when you were charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault upon a police officer. On October the 24th of 2022, you pled to the amended charge of disturbing the peace. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
It disturbed the peace.
Number 5, you not only possessed but threatened police officers with a black-handled knife. How do you plead to that charge?
Not guilty.
You last made a payment towards your supervision fees on July 21st of 2021 for $61. As of this date, you are in arrears $2,761. How do you plead to that?
Sir, I have an answer for that. The pandemic due to the COVID, and we're not working.
All right, guilty with a statement. I'll let you talk about that in just
Everybody loves the pandemic excuse, right? No,
few
it's
moments.
over.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stewart, I don't know if your microphone is movable or not. If it is, if you can pull it back a little bit, because when you get closer to the microphone, all I can see is the top of your head. And I'd like.
I just want to make sure that this is the same guy, because there's 2 guys that kind of look similar. Believe it. But I get these 2 guys.
I bet this is the guy with the mama. Is that what you're going for?
No,
Oh.
these guys, that there's a piece of evidence in here that apparently.
22.
I don't
Okay?
know.
As I understand it, you live near your mother on the similar property. Is that right?
Yes, sir. In the backyard in the camper trailer. Yes, sir.
Okay. You remember this one?
Yeah.
Is there evidence that they ignore?
You can.
Okay, this is the one that. Hey, Carrie, how's it going?
Well, they kind of make up. This
In the trailer back. Okay. Now, on that date, the police had come by the house twice as a result of you. You were up front.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So we'll give you the basics of this. It sounds like this guy was living close to his mom, like on his own, but on her property, I think. And she had would call the cops. It sounds like she was a little crazy. And when you listen to this guy, you kind of I tend to believe him. So let's just take a listen here.
Damaging your mama's property. What was going on? How were you doing?
No, sir. See, me and my mama, Hammond Police Department, they have a whole stack of paperwork on my mama talking to police on the church. And me and her, my attitude had got bad that morning, and I was just talking back to her. She wanted me to be quiet. That's the reason why I'm here, because of her. She's saying that I had a knife and threatening her and all this stuff in Hammond Police Department. And I also apologized to her and Hammond Police Department about their behalf of why I'm here right now.
Mr. Stewart.
Yes, sir.
There was a video of this entire incident.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen it?
Yes, sir. I also seen the video.
Okay, and did you see yourself?
Yes, sir. With my hands up, with no knife involved, that they saying that I'm supposed to threaten them or ran out them with.
Can we both agree that you were high as a kite?
No, sir. I don't do no drugs. No alcohol.
You don't do any drugs?
No, sir.
Who were the 2 women up front? Who was the woman up there with your mama?
That was my mama. That was her, Stella.
Well, there's 2 people up there. There was another person up there that I think might have been your aunt.
No, sir. It was just only Stella up there.
No, sir.
Okay, so Gary C. Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully it, didn't end up like that for you. Point being, so this guy, he's saying now that, whatever, yeah, he got into an argument with his mom. But if you notice,
Your mom might be crazy.
but if you notice, the gentleman on the parole board asked him if he was high as a kite. And first off, when he asked him about the video of the situation, he denied there being a knife. And the guy the parole board kind of conceded that we didn't see a knife on you. But will you at least admit that you were as high as a kite? And he's saying no. And
I think he was at his son with his mom.
Well, let's find out. He's saying that he was just upset, and that we don't get to see. I tried to find this video, believe me, and I couldn't. But let's keep going here.
2 women up there. Both of those women said, you're back there doing drugs, you were high as a kite. And on that video, it was clear to me that you were high as a kite.
I had my parole officer, Ricky Fuller, had drug tested me multiple times. He came in 4 times out of 1 month and drug tested me. All of them came back negative.
I will say this, Mr. Stewart.
Yes,
your
sir.
demeanor today is 100% different than it was on that video.
He just ignored the fact that he said he had drug tests from his
Right.
parole officer.
And who else that's pretty high for
They're
drug tests?
so what they're saying is we're not going to trust our parole officer who drug tested you X amount of times, and we're just going to go by you being upset one night, you know? Like, anyways, let's see. Jim says he prefers that he should. I prefer the term higher than giraffe pussy, Your Honor.
I don't do no drugs at all, sir. The reason why I'm here is because of my mama saying I was disrespectful toward her that morning, and Hammond Police Department came on the scene and they wanted to arrest me. They normally, because every time they come out there, it'd be the whole police force come out there for me.
Well, I saw the big knife.
No, she said I harassing her, but I ain't never had no knife or possession with no
Your
knife.
father told the police you had a knife earlier that morning, and the police saw you with the knife, and they recovered the knife.
No, sir. No, sir. I was just talking back to my mama. They came on the scene. They had to arrest me for something. So they came back there and said I was under influence of some drug and said I had a weapon coming towards them. When you see the video, you don't see none of that footage on there, what they saying that they had against me.
I saw the knife.
No, sir. I didn't have no knife nowhere involved in there. They don't have it in the evidence. That's why it got dropped in court. Judge Jeff Johnson has said.
You did not see the knife if you watched the video, you saw the knife that they put in that bag. It was a knife, looked to be about 6 or 8 inches long or longer, the blade.
No, sir, they don't have it nowhere.
So we don't have the video, and I looked under this name here, but this is just amazing. So first off, it's like a he said, she said. Well, he said, and then they're just assuming he's high, even though he has drug tests.
Right.
He Roots, nonetheless.
They're not listening to him about mama.
I agree, and I believe that he's a victim of his crazy mama. I swear. Believe me, I watch a lot of these. I enjoy these.
Mama.
Most of the time, I'm no simp for the for the victim or for the guys here, the criminals that are in it here. A lot of them do seem like they're a little rough around the edges.
I'm not going to argue with Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart, have you ever had any mental health evaluation?
No, sir. I don't have no mental problems, nothing, no drug, alcohol, and no mental problems. No, sir. Never in life.
What are you on parole for?
In 2008, I had got convicted of possession with intent of marijuana, and I got sentenced to 20 years.
So you're a drug dealer?
He's in there for some marijuana? Oh my God.
We watch a lot of these people. Murderers don't get that much time.
No, that's ridiculous.
Marijuana.
He better have like robbed a marijuana store with a gun and killed people.
Dealer?
A long time ago when I was juvenile.
You never used drugs before, you tell me?
No, sir. I was in the past. I had learned from the mistake. In the past, I had was influence of, trying to make some money and sold a little marijuana. And I've been served time. I did like 9 years already in served time, but and learned from my mistakes on that. Ever since I came home in 2018, I've been going to work, going to church, read my Bible, going to Bible study meetings, going to helping out elders in the community. with people in need and help.
So he
I'm not a
served
bad.
9 years and he broke his parole.
Yeah.
His mama got the cops.
Oh, I think he must have been sentenced to 20 years and he did 9 years and got out, and now this is it. Either way, that's a hell of a long time for. Yeah. Louisiana is crazy, and Roots is saying I believe this guy too. Roots, this is why I'm playing this, because most of the time I just like to document them and put them up on that channel, but these I don't know, man. Like especially do you know what my thing is? It's the drug tests. Because as you'll see, it's very annoying. And as you'll see, this gentleman here in the middle, he really holds this guy accountable as a drug user. And
I bet it's all about the money. It's a very money hungry.
Well, that too. But I believe this guy as sometimes you don't get high on your own supply. I mean. Because there's, that's where your leaks are in your game.
That person, I learned my lesson, and looking forward to going back home and making me a family and living in the church and going back to church and doing the thing on the righteous. I don't get in no trouble involved with none of no criminal activities and none of that. I stay out of trouble. I work. I go home. I respect my mama, and I go back to the backyard in my camper trailer. I stay out of trouble. Work and go home. I don't involve no
Doesn't sound
criminal
like you
activities.
respect mother very much on this particular day.
Yes, sir. I respect her much. I apologize to her and the Hammond Police Department on his behalf.
You were called out twice because of what you were doing to your mother that day.
And she always, she got a mental, my mama have a real mental problem. And like if you know her, like I know, she always called the cops on, like I say, Hammond Police Department, they got a stack of paperwork that she called the police officer on me, my youngest brother, and my oldest brother and her sisters.
So we see a pattern with this lady calling her the police on the kids, because she's probably doesn't know how to handle much, and anyways resorts to calling the police, which is the worst. Anyways,
she have a mental problem, saying that who harassing her. And that's the reason why I'm here, because she said I harassed her that morning while she came.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Stewart.
Yes, sir.
Had you talked to the police officers the way you're talking to me today, we wouldn't even be here.
So he's guilty of being upset. This man is guilty of being upset. And yes, Carrie C, that's a good point. I mean, look, if the guy's daddy was around, probably could have taken him away from that situation, from that crazy mama when he was younger.
Right.
I mean, I'm not even saying taking him away from the mom completely necessarily. I'm saying even for like the afternoon, whenever she went through her crazy spells, take away. And if the father was around, he probably would have tamed that one down.
And the reason you didn't talk to the police officers the way you're talking to me today is because you were high.
And let's get back to that. Oh, and thank you for subbing there. I caught it. Was it Petsy Archie? I'm sorry if I got your name wrong.
Didn't get nothing.
And no, someone subscribed.
Thank you for subscribing, but you didn't get it, Billy. You said you got it.
Oh, I almost caught it.
something.
Regardless, so the gentleman in the middle of the parole board he's stuck on the fact that he thinks he's high. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. They have things called drug tests, which they've given at least apparently a few of them to him. And
I don't know what you were high on, but you were high. I saw the video. I saw how you acted. I saw the night.
No, sir.
He's
Now, right now, you've been in prison how long?
I've been here 7 months now, sir.
You're sober.
Jeebers.
You haven't had any kind of drugs. You're totally different than you were on that video. You can say what you want, but I saw with my own eyes the way you were. Had you acted the way you just talked to me, we wouldn't be here today.
No, sir, I don't do no drugs and alcohol. She just got on my nerves that morning. That's the reason why I was talking back to her on the video.
But then you got a nerve problem there. You got a mental health issue problem.
She unplugged my extension cord from my camper trailer that was running toward the house, and I was just wanting to go to work and take a bath, and she just came back there unplugging my power, the only power that I had running to my camper trailer from my house that morning.
What do you think? What do you think would have happened if that's true? If that's true, what do you think would have happened if you would have said to those police officers, let me tell you what happened. She unplugged my trailer. I had to go to work. Yeah, I went up there. I was angry because I needed to take a shower and go to work.
Oh my God! So the poor guy couldn't express himself properly when he was angry.
Whatever, he was high on drugs.
Yeah, he was okay. You're just here to take that angle.
Trust some other high.
Exactly. Release the video. Exactly. I want to see this video for sure. I want to see the knife. I want to see that knife that he had and see how upset he was. But I'm sure this guy was upset when the cop showed up because his mama always be lying on him probably. However that phrase came about. But let's see here.
Instead, you cursed the police officers. You didn't do anything. You walked away when they wanted to talk to you. You went in your trailer. You came out of your trailer and you started hollering something. They said you had a knife.
No.
So David's asking, was there a knife or not? So here's what we know. What he said, what Bruce Stewart, who is the defendant here, said that the reason that it got thrown out or they couldn't charge him with the higher level of crime was because they didn't have said knife.
Right.
So at the weirdest case scenario, they lost it, and there was a knife, and he's just lying and just lucky they lost it, or the cops are lying somehow, and whatever that we see in the video may or may not be a knife, because this man. This man on the parole board, which I should know his name by now because I watch enough of these.
He's my favorite.
Because he speaks the clearest. But no, he is good. Usually, I'm telling you, usually these people.
I heard, but he's not listening. I'm not like him in this case.
I'm not sure why when you sub it doesn't show up on screen there, Nick. I'm not sure.
Thank you for subbing.
Exactly. But he's hung up on this video, but yet the drug test doesn't seem to matter to him as he's accusing this guy's high. So it's
hold it down. Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
They said you had a knife. They made you get on the ground, and they recovered a knife from the ground and put it in a bag. Don't tell me no, because I saw it. Something was wrong with you on that day that caused you to be in jail. And I believe it's drugs.
No, sir. She had made me mad on plugging my extension cord from the camper trailer. That morning, I wanted to take a bath. And like I said, she said that I was talking back to her with an attitude problem, and I was trying to calm her down, letting her know, Mama, I'm just trying to take a bath and go on out, get out your way. But she always argued with me. Like I said, every day from work, there's always something with that woman. With her.
Okay, I'll translate that there for that part. So basically, yeah, like you heard earlier, he needed to go to work and his mom unplugged. Apparently, he has he lives in a trailer that has an extension cord. All the power in his trailer is being powered by.
Does he need that to heat the water?
Apparently. So she unplugged it, and he got very upset, and that's it.
Why did you have to argue with the police? They weren't there.
Because I was
there to try to figure out what was going on. Let me stop you.
Yes, sir.
Didn't they come out earlier?
Yes, sir. Look, and
they came out earlier, and you calmed down, and you went back, and everything was fine.
Yes, sir. I explained
then
to her.
They came back.
They came back.
And then you started up.
No, sir. Look, when they came back.
I saw it. Don't tell me no. I saw it. That's all. Any other questions?
On the questionnaire, you said you have income of $2,000 a month. Where does that come from?
On concrete finishing, ma'am. Concrete.
Oh, now I think you're onto something. No, you're all worried. They're all worried about the money.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, $2,000 they owe him, and he's like, it says here, but no, he's saying that he says the concrete business is slow. So we'll right now, obviously, right? So it's
Give them $30, $40 just to stay in the back in the camper trailer. You know, it'd be a problem about that too, because she be wanting more money. She be thinking it's more than that. And I'll be saying, I'll be telling them, I'm always just pay you for the extension.
He's just explaining his financial situation with his mom and checks and stuff like that. So let's see.
Yes, I'm not a bad person. I worked for DOC headquarters. I worked for the Capitol grounds. I'm a Louisiana voter. I'm an honest man, honest working man. I don't get in no trouble. After I done served this time with 9 years already, I learned from that, all that. The hard bill.
I believe him.
Honest and responsible citizen, and I never to show this great state. We'll never know I'll be ever respected if I'm back out on the street that I'm.
I wish he would focus more on the drug test and really nail it home, because he doesn't mention it enough.
Good man, don't get in no trouble. I'm looking forward to having some family, children, and some kids, and moving forward in life as a citizen. Louisiana voter, I don't get in no trouble. I go to Bible studies. I help out the community in each and every way. I'm not a bad person.
I get it, Mal. You know, and he has a mouthful of gold teeth, screams upstanding member of society. I get it. And usually when I watch these, I get, usually with these parole board hearings, it's very straightforward. Either the person has been in there, well, it's not always, obviously hashtag not all. 9 times out of 10, you either get the people that are been in there a long time, and they know exactly what to say, and they come off well,
Right.
and they seem well adjusted and different, and like there's, oh yes, I'm in here now, and all the young bloods are coming to me and asking me for advice. Or you get the people that just don't have a clue, and they've never been kind of directed in any kind of way, and they're just up there and just like, they don't really have an attitude because they know it's important enough that they have to put on as best of a show as they can, but they just don't have the tools to do it. And this guy falls, it's rare, but you see that this guy is kind of coming off in the middle a little bit as far as I'm concerned. He obviously he's not well spoken, but something about this one, I just
I don't know. I really want to see this video.
I want to see that video. I'm gonna keep looking. Let's see.
Because that guy is very clear that he's innocent.
We're ready to vote.
That guy's very clear
They're ready to vote.
Mr. Stewart,
guilty.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to repeat what I said a little while ago. Had you been in the frame of mind you're in today, had you talked the way you talked on the day you were arrested, we wouldn't be here today. I hear what you're saying about the police. I hear what you're saying about your mother. Some of those things may be true.
Well, how about the drug tests? How about the imagine?
But I saw the video of you, how you were acting. You don't need to be an expert to know when someone is high. And it was very clear to me that you either were so angry or so high. Now, your mother and the other woman who was there both indicated your biggest problem is drugs.
But what if those two people are lying crazy bitches?
Right.
They
just want drugs.
What if they have a stack of papers down at the police office saying they've already made these accusations with their kids? Maybe they're true. I don't know. But let's see. He's one vote.
And it seemed to me on that video to be accurate. Now, I can do one of two things today. I can revoke you, let you go serve your time, or I can vote not to revoke you, to send you, in lieu of revocation, send you to a substance abuse treatment facility in the department to help you both with your mental issues as well as your substance abuse issues. But if you don't want to go there, I'm not going to waste my time or our resources to send you. Is that something you would be interested in doing?
Yes, sir.
He's just agreeing just to, oh my God, he does not really mean that.
My vote would be to, I find him guilty on 4 and 10 and 6, 5, I mean. But my vote would be in lieu of revocation that he enroll and complete the Steve Hoyle program. That's my vote.
Mr. Stewart, you've been on a very, step back. I want to see your face. You have to step back. You're fine. We can see you. Can you hear us? Can you hear us fine?
Yes, ma'am.
You've been on a merry-go-round of life for a long time with your mother.
Yes,
It's called,
He's been on the merry-go-round of life for a long time. I'm surprised you didn't repeat his name 3 times. Mr. Stewart, Mr. Stewart, Mr. Stewart.
Be quiet. Hold it now. You just be quiet. Just turn your ears on, both of them on. Listen carefully. You've been on a merry-go-round of dysfunction for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
Please take this time as Steve Hoyle and sit on the front row. Listen and learn, ask questions, and make some decisions about your future. Your mother is going to be your mother. She's going to be.
I love her too, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Quiet. Actually, be quiet.
You don't tell a man who's talking about loving his mama to be quiet. Listen with your ears. Yeah, I heard that Royce is going to be checking into these rehab facilities pretty soon. I don't know, I heard rumblings of that.
But you gonna have to be you, and you have to make some decisions that's gonna take your freedom, what's in the best interest of you. And above all, when the police come, do what they say when they ask you the first time.
They're never gonna come again, man.
Well,
I'm a good boy.
here's what I think I'm interpreting through her just rambling nonsense, is that move away. Well, and if this isn't what she meant, she should have said this. Get to work, get back to work and get your own place. Don't have it so that your mom can unplug your power cable from your trailer. Just don't do that.
I'm sorry, I didn't get none of that from her.
Well, I should take her seat on the parole board, but I don't think that would. I don't think that would work. You can't have 3 whiteys on there. Let's see.
When the police come, shut your mouth. Do what they ask you the first time. My vote is gonna be the same. I'm gonna vote in lieu of, I do find you guilty of the violations. In lieu of revocation, send you to a substance abuse treatment program. Best wishes to you, sir.
Thank
you. Excuse me, I have one question.
Not right now. Let us vote, and then if you have a question, I'll try to answer it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I also find you guilty, but I have a hard time with someone that pulls a knife on police and threatens them.
I really want to see that goddamn video. I want that video so bad. And this guy is my least favorite. On the far left here, he just sits there, and he's a bump on a log, and then he just.
Even like the man he can't understand better than him.
He seems like he pays attention and he listens.
The white black man.
The white black man. Well, he's definitely used to be black, but then he's 90 years old, and you can't tell what race he is, and he just kind of breathes his words. He's like, "Good evening." But this guy on the left here is just a bump on the log. He just agrees with whatever's going on. He just looks barely interested. He sucks. So it looks like this guy. Let's see how this finishes.
And my vote today is to vote.
Same shit.
You have a question?
Yes, sir. I complete the program. I wanna change. Like I say, my mama. I never gonna win with her. I want to move away from her residence. Like once I finish this program, talk to my parole officer about getting transferred to another parish or another.
And I think that's what Ms. Wise was trying to communicate to you.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
love your mother, and I understand that, but the two of you together don't work.
Yes, sir. And the parole been hunting me ever since 2006, 2007 when I got put on there. I was served the 20 years and came home with a lot of parole. And like my full term date is 2032, and I ain't gonna never complete dealing with this lady while being on the residence.
All right, 2/3 votes is, okay. The vote is two votes to, in lieu of revocation, to send you to Steve Hall, 1 vote to revoke.
Yes.
The majority rules, in lieu of revocation, we're gonna send you to the Steve Hall program. Take heed, learn from that, do both the mental health aspect of it as well as the substance abuse aspect of it.
Substance abuse. Yeah, again, you know, was he high? Anyways, so now he has to go to a program for 9 months. Yeah, so he has to go to a program for 9 months, and then he gets out. So, I mean, you know, to be honest, I actually thought that they kind of revoked him and he had to do, like, more time.
Okay.
But he still will
But
be doing that
still,
time. He'll be in 9 months of jail while
He
he's doing
shouldn't
the program.
even be in that position.
I agree there as well. And
Unless we all could see the video.
yeah, if he did pull that knife and he was a raving lunatic that night,
Because
sure.
he
But
sounded pretty convincing.
yeah, exactly. Look, well, I thought that was interesting. Anyways, but look, thank you guys. Well, let's see here. I think it is that time of the evening when we say goodbye. When we say, yes, we'll see you tomorrow for possibly some kind of trivia nonsense. Who knows? Possibly. And on that note, we have to say later taters. Isn't that the newest, cleverest way to say goodbye? Oh,
It is grand.
yes. Later taters. Yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And we'll see you tomorrow, like we say. Peace out. Appreciate you guys so much, man. Oh, yes. Happy Valentine's Day. That's right.
Love Day.
Love Day. Oh, you're banned.